Finally figured out how to work Zoom.
Yes.
Finally.
Welcome.
Taking Devin hours to figure it out. Just sitting on his computer. I finished 3 jigsaw puzzles.
Welcome to the Delvin Cox Experience, the podcast in which each week I am on a one-man mission to unite our culture through diversity. I'm your host, Delvin Cox, and with me on the podcast is a special guest. Let them know who you are, brother.
I go by Laugh Track, also known as Andrew. I'm one of the co-hosts of the We Are Assholes podcast.
Yes, we've had on multiple members of the We Are Assholes podcast.
Yes.
Some are never invited on this podcast again.
I'm gonna take a guess, and a certain Twitter egg troll is not allowed on the show.
Yes, he's just banned.
he's pretty much banned from about everything he's on.
As always, we like to start the podcast off with the 5 for 5. 5 questions, 5 answers to get the ball rolling. Andrew, you ready?
Absolutely.
Question number 1.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a hat that says sports, but you don't like sports?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. The listeners don't know that I don't like sports. I could love sports for all they know.
Well,
but yeah,
he doesn't like sports.
I don't like sports. Yeah. I don't know. Thought it was cool. Thought it was pretty funny. Saw Norm Macdonald wear it, and I wanted it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes
also
sense.
Wearing a shirt that says Norm for president.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah. It comes in red, but I don't know if you've heard, like in the last 4 years, this weird like hat cult started ahead. They wore these red hats.
Yeah.
You wear a red hat in public, you tend to get knocked out. It doesn't work out very well.
Yeah.
So
wearing red hats in public will get you the shit beat out of you.
Yeah. And I'm more of a fan of navy blue anyway, so that kind of works out.
Yeah. I will say, I've said this when these hats first came out, and I'm going to say it again. Those are some of the ugliest fucking hats I've ever seen in my life.
So fucking ugly.
They are
the ugliest choice of red you could possibly choose. Coca-Cola gets it right? You get a nice red. Chick-fil-A gets it right.
Yeah.
You get red as capturing, right? But when I see one of these, when I see one of the old Trumpy hats, you're right. I don't know. I filled with disgust, like a bull, with the matador. Not because I hate Trump, just because I hate the color. It's fucking stupid. I hate it so much.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, I can let the racism go to the side.
Yeah, it's like you can put that to the side. It's like it's the color is the problem.
It's the color of that ugly ass hat that you insist on wearing everywhere.
Fucking hat. Also, like I don't know if you've taken a look at it. Like this is a nice hat. It's got like a nice round shape.
Yes.
The MAGA hats have like a box shape. It's like it was made for a Minecraft character. There's no way it should fit on a human head.
They look like flea market hats.
Yeah.
like the hats that you get like $5 for $1.
Yeah, aren't they pretty much just that? Aren't they flea market hats that are marketed up?
Yeah, they may be. I never had one, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, they may be flea market hats.
Yeah, I've never had one either. I don't
think I ever even seen one out in public. Now that I think about it, this might not even be real.
Well, for all those that don't know me, which is probably going to be, let's be honest, it's most of the people. I work at Chick-fil-A, and there's this one guy that comes to the drive-thru every day, and he wears a Trump hat. Yesterday I saw him after the inauguration, no Trump hat. He felt defeat. He's like, he had the hat on at 1:00, just took it right off, man.
I want to talk to you about that in a minute after we get through this 5 for 5, because it was something I was reading up on that. And it's very funny how that works out. All right, question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
What is the best album or song you listened to in the past year?
Oh, the best album or song. Shit. Well, this is going to sound kind of odd, but there's this artist named Poppy. That Poppy, she got a little bit of controversy because people are like, whoa, she's so weird. She's like, because of her YouTube channel, she was acting all weird, but she has this song called Low Life.
Okay.
And it's a pretty catchy pop song. I like it. It's got some pretty cool meanings behind it, where like Illuminati controls like pop stars and all that. So that's pretty good.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, but I also I don't know if you know this country artist named Chris Stapleton.
I've heard of him. Yes.
He released a new album recently, and that's one of my favorites I've been listening to right now. Also, I've been listening to Tupac Greatest Hits on vinyl.
Like, that's a great album.
Like I was so shocked. I got it on vinyl. It was $66. It was so much.
Woo.
I know, but the thing was, it was like brand new. Like it was like newly made, you know.
That's
And
cool.
so yeah, but it was awesome. I love. I don't know. My music taste is all over the place. Like
That's good.
I love pop, country, hip hop, all that shit, dude.
I have that Tupac's Greatest Hits CD somewhere around my house. I know I have it because I've listened to it multiple times. But I love Tupac and his music and stuff like that. Also, I have a DJ plaque,
Whoa,
that they
DJ
get-
play?
like a plaque that they give DJs when albums go like. It's a plaque. It's a Def Jam DJ plaque
Mhm.
that they give like the DJs when the album when they like promote the DJ albums and stuff like
Yeah.
how they play the songs on the radio.
Yeah. I know
I
what you're talking
found
about.
like an actual DJ plaque that they give it to like a radio station in a thrift store that has all like the major albums that came out on Def Jam that year. Like it says, "Thank you, DJ such and such, for supporting these albums." It's pretty cool. It has Foxy Brown's album on there. It has LL Cool J's album on there. The Red album on there. It's so cool. I have to show you. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And it was just in a thrift store, just sitting there. And it's an
Sitting there.
actual like promotional plaque they give the DJs.
Yeah, I found mine on eBay. I don't really trust eBay, but I was like, fuck it, I'm getting it, just because it's pretty cool. But it's
Yeah.
kind of weird, because like I'm like, I liked like more of the like of course I didn't grow up with it, but I like listening to more like the West Coast rap scene that came out like in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. NWA,
Mhm.
stuff like
All-
that. Too short.
Yeah. And so I'm on the east side, so everyone here is Biggie. I have so
Yeah.
many Biggie fans come to the drive. There's so many Crown t-shirts with the four. Like it's just people love Biggie around here, and I get in arguments all the time.
I have a Biggie shirt on.
Yeah, that's exactly. I see that shirt about 20 times a day. It's so
And the funny thing about it is, I'm more of a Tupac fan than a Biggie fan because down south, and at least where I stay at, they never really played that much Biggie
Mhm.
because East Coast artists would always shit on down south artists and stuff like that. So most people from the south kind of align themselves with the West Coast artists like Tupac, Too Short, Ice-T, people like that.
Mhm.
So I don't think I really started listening to Biggie till I was well into high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's I don't know. It's weird because like I'm in I'm in North Carolina, so it's like we're the South, right? But North Carolina is weird because depending on where you're at, you're either in Hollywood or Arkansas, right? I mean,
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a weirdly diverse state, so you got a lot of different cultures coming.
Florida's like that because people see all the stories from Florida, man,
Oh my god.
and people think that could either be Miami or that could be some redneck town way up north.
Yeah. Oh
Depending
my
on the
god.
story. It's just so weird. All right. Question number 3.
All right.
This is gonna be a weird one because you look like you're still young now.
Yeah.
You're like 8. What is it?
Hey.
Andrew literally looks like one of those kids who like gets the fake beard and puts it on his face
Yeah.
and tries to go buy liquor.
Especially because I got like this fake fucking pedo mustache going on and it
Yeah.
doesn't connect at all. So it literally looks like I stitched one of those things on here and I tried to etch a sketch the rest on.
Buy alcohol? How old are you? 7?
I'm 19, so I'm 2 years away from not having to illegally buy my alcohol.
Okay. So what's the dumbest thing you've done as a kid so far? Because you're still a kid, really.
Ooh, dumbest thing I've done as a kid. I mean, I don't know. I could pretty much just put all the 19 years I've lived and just have that as a short story and just, that's it. Fuck. Well, one of the I don't know, one of the dumbest things I did was there was this girl I knew in high school, and she wasn't the most confident in herself, and she was really, really shy. And I thought I'd break her out of her shell. And keep in mind, I was still a virgin at the time. Keep in mind, I'm still a virgin. So I was trying to be all Chad and alpha,
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, I smacked her on the ass. And then
That's not a good idea.
No, not a good idea. Well, because she was very insecure, and I was just like, I'll bust it out of her, but it didn't happen. I got a text later that day. I was cleaning the play place in the Chick-fil-A. I was sitting there wiping the windows. I'm like, dude, oh, okay. I opened it up. Did you mean to? And I was like, I'll play it off cool. I'm like, yeah. I was just like, and I sent a little smiley face, like, yeah, like, you know it. And she was like, don't ever again. And I was just like, "Yep, oh, okay." And then we didn't talk for 6 months, completely ghosted me, did not talk to me. It was the worst thing. Every time her friends looked at me, I felt scorn and shame. I felt like I was going to be stabbed by elves in the midnight.
Yeah. Yeah, you pulled the 90s move in this generation. You can't pull that move now.
What can I say, Delvin? I'm an old soul in a young man's body.
Yeah, man. That don't fly today. Not in this era of.
No, it doesn't fly today. Well, and that's what sucks too, is because I kind of have that old attitude of just like, well, it's like, well, if you fuck up, people forgive you. Nope, not today.
Yeah. I'll say this because, and people act like this not true. The 90s was a wild era.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the things that was allowed to people were allowed to get away with.
Mm-hmm.
People were basically sexually assaulting people all the time. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people like girls walking down the street and guys grab their ass and they'll smack them and that'd be the end of the story. You can't do that now. That's not an acceptable thing whatsoever. Wasn't supposed to be acceptable then, but
yeah. Well, and now too, it may not even be the person's ass you slaps problem. Someone could see it across the street and they were videoing you and they were like on Twitter, "This son of a bitch" on it's just like, and it's some white bitch in her 30s just sitting there just like I need to report this to the police. They are gonna do something. Yeah.
It's a different era today. I tell young people like yourself all the time, be very careful and aware of what you do now, because in my time, you fuck up, eventually it'll go away. Now, you make those mistakes, you don't want to be known as the guy who's just a pervert for touching a girl's ass for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Even if it's 20, like, for example, I'll give you a perfect example there. The video that just went viral like a couple months back or whatnot, a month or two back, about the guy saying the N-word in the store and getting hit with the what was it, T?
I think so. It was something.
That guy has been memed so many times, and that video has been posted over 1 million times.
Oh yeah, and it's been on news stations.
Yes. And in my day, that would just be a Friday night. Nobody would know about it. That guy would just have caught that L, it would have been done with it. But now that thing is gonna. Every time somebody's gonna see him, ain't you the guy who got hit with the can with the T?
It's like, hey, weren't you that racist guy that got hit with like the twisted T? Or
yeah, the twisted T. That's what it was. Yeah, that's a rough thing to live with. Like even all the stories about these Karens out there calling the police on black people. They will forever be known as the Karen who called the cops on a black guy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, I mean, I think there's been multiple stories like this, but I was.
There's been like it's like it's every other week.
Oh my, yeah. It was in like I was watching CNN. It was in New York. This lady was walking her dog, and this black man, he's also like walking his dog, just walking past her, and she's just like, rape. It's like. He's not even close to rape. His dog smelled your dog's asshole. That's all that happened. Like it's so odd to me, like that like racism is still so evident, because you would think like with all the stuff that the left is putting out, like, oh, America's not racist at all, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh wait, no, but here's every instance of racism that ever happens. It's shocking to me that it still exists.
Yeah, I think it's getting better, even though people want to admit it. And I'll tell you why I think it's getting better. I think it's getting better because the younger generation, and I've said this before, me and Jody B had this conversation from Po Boys podcast. The younger generation grew up with black culture.
Yeah, they grew up. We are growing. Well, I say they, but I'm part of it. Like,
yes,
we are growing up. We grew up with the acceptance.
Yes, y'all grew up with black culture. Most of y'all, like my son, for example. I say this all the time. His first president he ever knew was a black man.
Yeah.
So
like from when I was
for 4
younger,
years, it's like, the fuck is this guy?
Well, so for me, so when I was able to start making memories, I remember like I think one of my first memories when I was younger is George Bush leaving office and then Obama coming in. And then I was just like, oh, pretty cool. But like my parents made me I was a Republican in elementary school. It's weird to hear, but I would go around
That
telling
makes
kids,
sense.
Obama's gonna put on the dollar, in Obama we trust instead of in God we trust. I was passing that along like it was fact.
Yeah.
And the kids in my class were like, really? Oh, but I think I created some like KKK members in elementary school. Like they're alive to this day. It's like I'm proud of who I am. That fucker, he told me Obama was going to change it from God to Obama. I said, fuck it, right? I'm getting my red hat. I'm going outside, and I'm gonna tell the world I'm not gay, even though I probably am.
Yeah. Question number 4. Give me a top 5 superheroes.
Top 5 superheroes? Oh fuck! If you know me, this is I already know. So Batman is my number 1.
Okay.
See, it's so hard because I put him at such like a high,
I like
a
Batman.
high bar, so it's hard to get. Let's see. I guess Spider-Man. I really love Peter Parker.
Okay.
He's really cool. Fuck. For some reason, when I was little, I had an odd fascination with Luke Cage. I think it was just I was just like, yeah, I want to punch things.
Yeah, Luke Cage is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like Luke
Luke
Cage.
Cage is a fucking badass. See, Daredevil. I was really into Daredevil when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then my 5th one, I think my 5th one might actually be this one's gonna be a little weird, but like I like the Green Lanterns.
Oh, they're cool. All of them are cool.
Yeah, like the movie with Ryan Reynolds, total dog shit. But
yes,
I love like the comics and shit that comes out of, but not Hal Jordan. I like Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart's
cool. Yeah,
Jon Stewart. Like, I don't know why Hal Jordan is like the poster boy for the Green Lanterns. Jon Stewart is like 5 steps cooler above him. I mean, there's no touching.
And he was the main Green Lantern in the cartoon show, so you would think we'd get Jon Stewart in the movie.
Yeah, it's like, why would Jon Stewart? I don't know. It's just
makes no sense.
It makes no sense, especially like fuck Guy Gardner. For any of you know who he is, fuck Guy Gardner.
Yes.
Fuck Guy Gardner. I am pro Jon Stewart.
Awesome. Question number 5. Zombie apocalypse happens Walking Dead style. You gotta take 5 things with you to survive out in the free world. What are you taking with you? Family and pets don't count. And yes, you can kill PJ in this situation.
Oh, that's a dream. Well, I probably wouldn't take family and friends anyways. I'd just leave them behind just because, everyone that's not me is dead weight. Because
that's a good point.
The thing, like, not trying to be mean, but I know how I want to survive, and it's not going to work for anyone else.
Yeah.
But 5 things I'd probably take with me. I probably can I take like a set of things, like if it's already in a set?
Yes, you can.
I would take a toolbox, right? Because you need a fucking toolbox.
I like that. That's a great answer.
Now, I don't know how to fix anything. Just I could learn maybe on the fly.
Yeah.
Just in case. It's like, this wrench might fix this, whatever. And at the very least, you have a ton of weapons to kill zombies with.
That's very smart.
Secondly, I would probably carry a katana like that badass bitch in The Walking Dead. She had like her two brothers on her.
Yes.
Like, to her. That bitch was amazing. She was my favorite character in the show because she was the only smart one. Jesus.
Yes, it's very true.
But okay, so yeah, a katana, a toolbox, 2 things I don't know how to use, by the way. Probably like, I don't know, probably like just like a full body like armor. Like I don't know if I couldn't. Are you talking about like things that I have around me?
It don't be what you have around you.
Okay,
whatever you want.
So, okay. See, I don't think I'd take any technology because it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, it's not gonna last long.
I don't know. Unless I can figure out solar energy in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
See, I'd probably take a bike. It sounds weird, but I'd want a bike, just because like gas isn't forever, but these wheels can ride. I'm gonna get on these hogs and ride, So,
yeah, that makes sense. Bikes are really convenient and easy to carry around. So yeah.
But like a mountain bike, I'm not getting one of those fucking stupid beach cruisers. Fuck those bikes. I hate those bikes forever. See, so yeah, katana, toolbox, beach or not a beach. Fuck, now I got beach cruiser stuck in my head.
No.
Mountain bike. Let's see. This is really hard to come up with stuff. I guess I might take deodorant because I might need that. I want to
Okay.
stay fresh in case I meet like a fine ass lady and in the woods or whatever. And then probably a Coke and a Coke Zero. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I like those answers. I like those answers.
Yeah.
All right. Tell everybody about a little bit about yourself for those who don't know.
Well, I'm pretty much I guess I'd call myself like the wild card on We Are Assholes. That's
Yes.
that's kind of like the role I fit in. I find new ways to piss off PJ, who's been
That's
on
always
the
good.
show before. Yeah, I do find ways. Oh, speaking of which, PJ doesn't die by the katanas. I have the Coke Zero, so I can shove it in his mouth, and he's only able to have those 5 seconds of breath while smelling the great taste of Coke Zero. but I just try to find new ways that will make the show entertaining for me and the other listeners, because I like sticking to a format, right? Sticking to a format's great, but I also think that changing things up is very important.
I agree.
And people seem to like it. Like I derailed one episode and just talked about beans for an hour. So people were big fan of that. I got a lot of like, okay, like I love the bean talk. Bean talk was amazing. I think our last episode I went full Chad and just did not care what PJ said. I was out of it, and people love Chad Andrew. I can't change the show up like that each week, but I like to try to do little shits like that now and then.
I like it. I like the diversity. I like when you try to keep yourself interested in shows,
Yeah.
things like that. Really good. Really good.
Oh, wait, one more thing, because I just popped in my head. I think one reasons like I like myself on the show, like because PJ is a very narrow brand of humor, right?
Yes.
But I think I kind of reach a lot of avenues. I have a lot of different comedic influences. So I try. That's why I try to experiment so much, is because I want to try to be as funny as I can to as many people as possible.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Okay, let me ask you this, because you mentioned earlier, 19 years old, young guy, no ladies.
No ladies. Well, as you said, I'm 8, so not many ladies walking by. Like, I want to pick up that fine ass 8-year-old.
Man, I gotta tell you this, man. I tell my son this all the time. 19 years old is the age you want to be right now.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy life, have fun, because when you get older, shit's whack. I'm gonna keep it real. I'll be honest. Like, in terms of like your bones start aching.
Yeah.
You got responsibilities. You got bills to pay. And I said you don't have any of that stuff now, but it's different.
Well, when you were younger, isn't that also when you met that crack whore or whatever it was?
No, that was like 2 years ago.
Okay, so crazy shit's still gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's good.
crazy things are gonna happen, and
That's good to know. That's really what's keeping me here, is I want to see what craziness unfolds.
Yeah, man. I think being young, especially at your age, well, now it kind of sucks because of the pandemic, but
yeah.
I tell my son this all the time. He doesn't listen. If I keep going back to my son, because he's close to you, he's 15. I say, dude, all the people you meet in high school, I promise you, you're not gonna give a fuck about when you get 30,
Yeah.
25.
Like, I think I was friends with so many people in my class. Now I talk to like just the main group of guys that I hung out with.
You're not even gonna remember half of them.
Yeah, it's like, and a lot of my friends now are through work, so it's like,
yeah, that's how it works, man. You're gonna know all your friends through work and things like that. And I think it's something cool about having. Do you still live with your parents?
I still live with my parents. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
even better.
Yeah.
That is great, because
it's not rent free, but I still live with them.
it's still cheaper rent.
But let me tell you, yeah, it is. Holy shit, it's cheaper.
Yes, exactly.
It is so good.
So you still have the ability to go out and have fun.
Yeah.
So go out, have fun, meet women.
Mm-hmm.
Know that 9 times out of 10, the woman you meet is not going to be your wife. It happens on a rare occasion.
Trust me, that mindset is. I think I have that mindset too much.
Yeah,
I think,
but just understand that, and you be upfront and straight with these women, and you'll have a good time, man. Enjoy these young times, man. Go do things that you wouldn't think you want to do. Try different things. Go out there and fucking go surf. Do shit that you just wouldn't even think about.
Surf. You know what? That does make sense. I have an uncle. He's like 44 like 40, still a bachelor. I think there's a new girl in his place every weekend, and he surfs. So fucking maybe I just need to start surfing. Just the bitches will come hailing, as they say.
Just go out there, go hang out in places that women normally frequent, and you'll meet a nice girl and have fun.
See, I think this is kind of funny. So I think I do a lot of self-sabotaging because the thing is, like, I'm not like terrible. I'm kind of like maybe average in the area of like 4 to 6 maybe. So at least that's what I think. So I have a kind of a fun personality. But what'll happen is like day before the date comes, and they're like, "Oh, we still going out?" And I'm like, I'm just too tired, I'm just like, I just want to lay down. Like, I'm just fucking done. I'm just like,
what the hell are you doing?
Well, listen, like some of the excuses I come up with too is just like, my dad needs help moving. Like,
oh my God,
my parents are still together.
Seems like you're getting cold feet before you go on these dates.
Well, it's a part of that, and I think I don't want to get attached. Like I don't know. First girlfriend I had in high school, we broke up. She convinced half the freshman class that I was gay. And
why did she do that? What made her say, fuck this guy? I'm going to convince everybody he's gay.
So it wasn't even fuck this guy, right? Because we ended on pretty good terms, but her and I have her and I had a pretty good sense of humor about ourselves. And she thought it would be just funny to tell people that I was gay and like as a joke, but like be like so obvious to where you would go, oh, okay, so he's not gay. No, people just believed it because I acted that gay. That's just how it was.
That is one of the worst jokes I've ever heard in my life.
No, tell me about it, dude. I got no puss. There's this guy, his name Brad, of all things. His name was fucking Brad. And he was just like, of course he's gay. And it's just like, as soon as he said that, it was no convincing the people that thought I was gay. Because I was like, you know what? Brad's got a fucking point. It's like, fuck Brad, okay? His name's Brad. Like, why would you trust him? Like, I know my name Andrew. Like, I'm a disciple of Jesus. Like, you should believe me. I'm not gay. Like, the only cock I would suck is the Lord's, right?
Well,
so,
Catholic churches digress.
Oh man, no, dude, I grew up Baptist. Oh, dude, Baptist churches. First off, I don't know if there's any Black Baptist churches, but there were no Black Baptist in this church that I was in. Really? Is the culture the same as like a white Baptist church?
I don't know what a white Baptist church. What difference is? I know. Is it loud and energetic?
It's not energetic, but it's loud.
Okay.
It's mostly hellfire preaching.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
It's condemning you for just waking up in the morning and smelling your penis. Just like it's okay. Well, he's going to jail forever.
Yeah, I get that. Black churches have that somewhat, but they also have. You go to this is the thing about black churches, and I don't think I'm spoiling anything for anybody. There's 2 types of black churches. There's one that you will go to at 9:00 a.m. And that shit ends at like 7:00 at night or something like that. You're in there legit all day. It's like, oh my God, just in the church. And and you can say it's fun. It's fun. There's elements that's fun. They're playing music all day.
Oh yeah,
worshiping.
Like I've heard some of the stories that happen at one of my friends at work, he was telling me a story. He was just like, he's like, oh yeah, we stay in there for like 12 hours a day, but I fuck bitches in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's also a thing that happens in churches.
He's just like, I don't give a shit about the sermon.
Yeah, I will say that church girls are very promiscuous, so I can see that bigger thing. So
I was told that. And a lot of people in the Discord server that I'm in for like the podcast, there's a meme around this girl. They call her Church Girl. They've actually watched a live service that I went to in the church.
Oh my God.
Well, because they wanted to document the experience, right? And so I get in there and like I talked to her for like months, and I was just like, this girl is so cool. And then we were talking about sex, and she was like not about it, dude. She was not for it. I mean, and like I know, like they say that like church girls, like it's like, oh no, you just gotta like push them until they break.
No.
She can fucking bend forever. I mean, there was no getting her to suck cock ever.
See, I gotta explain to you, young guys. See, this is what you have to know how do I explain this properly? You have to know how to be smooth about these type of things.
Yeah,
that's one of the things I think is lost with a lot of people, a lot of men in general. You want to let women know. I can't believe I'm giving advice on this podcast about
this happens every time I go on a show. Is that I'm told, "Hey, Andrew, you know you suck with women. Let me help you." It's like, all right.
But here goes. You want to let women know that you like them firsthand. So you set that boundary there. Mm-hmm. And why I say this, because no one wants to be in the friend zone.
Yeah, that's where I have like a double-decker home in the friend zone.
And you don't want to be assertive by letting them know you like them, but you want to let them know, hey, I do like you. And you don't want to, unless they're one of those type of girls who like this type of stuff, you don't want to lead with sex.
Yeah.
You want to lead with charm. Charm always leads to sex eventually. And I know people think it's weird, but it's a fact. Girls will more than likely mess with and want to date a guy who they find charming and funny and who's not asking for sex than a guy who's like, you know what, you can give me a blowjob. You know. Now, there are some girls who will be like, hey, I'll give you a blowjob. Yeah, sure, that's cool. Because they don't think of it like that.
Yeah.
But the majority of girls are going to be like, you have to kind of be charming to get to that level.
Yeah. Well, like, even if, like, what if it's like a Christian girl that actually reads her Bible? Because, you know, most of them, like, they don't, right? Like, because this one I know, I know I have no fucking experience, so what I'm saying has no value. But, like, it just seems so impossible. Even her boyfriend she's been with for almost a year now, he has told me he's still not able to do it. Well, still not able.
Well, there's a multitude of things going on here. This is the thing, a big misconception that many people have. People think that people who are like Christians and stuff don't like sex. It's quite the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's quite the opposite. I think that there are some girls, and I think you should respect their boundaries in terms of because some people really actually want to wait till marriage, and it's a lot. And truthfully speaking, it's a lot easier to wait till marriage when you've never had it.
Yeah. I know.
It's like drugs.
Oh,
if you never smoke crack, you don't want crack.
But the minute you have crack,
you exactly. It makes you want it more. Like most people, like Pringles. You try one, you don't want to stop. Boxes of Pringles like that.
Yeah. I think it was Louis C.K. has some bit where he's talking about, he's like, I don't do drugs, but so that when I do, it feels really good.
That makes sense. But yeah, I've dated plenty of girls when I was younger who didn't want to have sex. And then when they wanted to have sex, they wanted to have sex with me because I didn't push the issue. I was cool. I can't believe I'm telling this story on the podcast. There was a streak of time in my mid-20s where I had a cousin who I was really close with, who's a girl.
Oh, and you fucked her.
No, I didn't fuck my cousin. but all of her friends wanted to have sex with me. All of them.
All of them?
All of them. It's about like 10 or 12 girls. And throughout a span of 2 years, I probably slept with each and every one of them. and this is not me like pushing on to them. It's just that, hey, they were like, hey, we think your cousin's hot. We're going to talk to your cousin. He's mad cool. And it happened. It's just how you play your cards, man. You want to be assertive, but not assertive.
Yeah.
Confident. Let the girls decide, but you also want to let them know. I say this all the time. Let women know your intentions off grip. Mm-hmm. So because this is the thing, an ability that women have that they will always display. They will flirt with you, but just because they flirt with you, don't mean they like you.
Yeah, see, I think that's fucking retarded.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I've had so many of my friends, because there was a when everyone thought I was gay in high school, I had so many girlfriends, which did not even help the situation, right?
Well,
Like,
that's a whole
yeah,
nother
like,
story.
yeah, that I had so many friends that were, most of my friends were women, and they would tell me all the time. It's like, yeah, it's like, great, give me advice, but maybe kind of help me, show me. But they would always tell me, they was something like, fuck, what'd you just say? You just said something. I say, yeah, it's my ADHD kicking in. I fucking, yeah, I have really bad ADHD. It's like I have to focus all, or it's gone. Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say.
In terms of,
Fuck, I hate to stall a show like that. It's so, it's so.
we were
stupid.
talking about women and their ability of their ability to flirt and
yeah.
tease you
Yeah.
without liking you at all.
Yeah, so they would tell me, they're like, it's like, well, girls, like, they give you signs, like you got to pick up on their signs. I'm like, and I don't know, and I guess I still kind of have this. I understand it a little bit now, but when I was a freshman in high school, I was like, can you not just like, not give me signs and just tell me? Because I'm very shit at picking that up. Like, fucking PJ would tell you, I cannot read text. He and I have gotten in so many arguments because I misread a text, like texts and just like little subtle hints. I just don't pick up, unless it's like in a movie. but if I'm trying to have if I'm having a genuine connection with someone, and like they do like a little like hair flip, or like they put, it's like the way it was explained to me, it's just like, if she's got like her forefinger on her chin and her middle finger to the left of it, then she does like you. But if her middle finger's on her chin, then she does not like you. It's like,
that doesn't mean anything. What it is that, like I said, you can tell when certain girls like you based off of their actions and things. And you have to just pay attention to it. Like, always look for girls who are willing to do things for you without asking. Like, in terms of like, this could be anything. Because when girls like you, they are more than willing to help you, even when you don't ask for the help.
So if I meet a girl that's like I really love to help the needy, and I go, it's like, well, I want to have sex, it's a need. Like,
it doesn't work quite like that.
Oh, well,
I mean, in terms of like, you work at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is at Chick-fil-A.
Chicken.
Yeah, well, besides chicken, I think they have grease traps and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you work closing shifts?
Yeah, I work closing shifts before.
So the girl who always wants to help you clean and get stuff done all the time, and always wants to, hey, you need help mopping this floor, that might be the chick who likes you.
So that would be my 55-year-old manager.
Well, that 55-year-old manager either likes you or you're working too goddamn slow. She's like, I'm ready to go to fuck home. Hurry your ass up.
It's just like, fuck, man. That's like, well, because, yeah, oh my God. It's like, I gotta be here at 4 o'clock the next morning, and it's 1.
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
I have been that manager before. I used to I was an assistant manager at Einstein Bagels. And the cool thing about Einstein Bagels is they close at 5 o'clock. PM.
Whoa.
I used to go to work at when I worked the morning shift, I used to go to work at 3:30 to 1. And the afternoon shift, I want to say, was 11:30 to 5. So when I worked the afternoon shift, there's a whole bunch of stuff you gotta do. But we always have a thing where we tell the associates, hey, this time you start throwing away bagels. You start doing this stuff. You start doing this stuff.
Oh, pre-closing.
Yes.
Yeah, like
so by the time 5 o'clock comes, we are walking out the fucking door. At most 5:10, 5:15. And one of the guys used to work closing shift. His name's George. He's Greek. He has, and I can tell this is fine. We worked in the in an area called Coral Gables. which is like a middle class hot area in South Florida. So a lot of times you get business women coming in there or models.
Yeah.
It's like that high
They're
class.
like the high end bitches. Yeah.
Yes. George was the epitome of the 40-year-old virgin. And I'm not even saying this as a joke.
And he's Greek?
Greek. George was Greek. He's short. He's like 5'5". 30 at the time. I was 23. He was like 32. Completely bald. Best way to describe George is he looks like George Costanza from Seinfeld. Exactly. And note, he was 30 years old.
30 years old, and he already looks like the guy that asks women, was that all right when they have sex?
He looked exactly like George Costanza.
Holy shit.
To the T. So he would often get distracted because a pretty girl would come in there and it would fuck up our timetable in terms of we trying to get out at 5 so we can go home. 5 o'clock, George don't be done.
Wait, so like in Einstein's Bagel Mastery, whatever it's called, like did they have like dining room? Like did they have like
yes?
So like would a pretty girl sit down at the table and George like flops one Greek arm onto the table and goes, so
no,
I hear you like bagels.
he would do what's far worse, and guys, do not do this at all. I promise you, this will not work. This will get you probably locked up. He will sit there and just stare at them.
Like he'd pull out a chair, sit there and stare at them, or just
he would act like he's cleaning the coffee machines and things like that. But he wouldn't be cleaning the coffee machine. It's like blatantly obvious he's not cleaning the coffee machine. And he would just stare at them.
Like the coffee machine is right here, and he's like wiping back here. He's just like,
exactly. And like, and he does it for like an uncomfortable amount of time.
Yeah, it's like 4 seconds was too long, and it's been around 230 seconds.
It's been like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And the thing about George is he also likes to clean and work. So that time he spent looking at that girl, he's going to also take the time to go back and clean all the stuff he didn't clean. So if he spent from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock staring at a girl, he's going to be from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock cleaning everything he didn't clean.
Was that his one job, was to clean shit? Like he didn't even make the bagels?
No, yeah, pretty much. He cleaned and occasionally he'd make sandwiches and stuff like that. Because at the afternoon shift at Einstein's, pretty slow. Like, I mean, dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like no one's going in like, it's about 3:30. I'm gonna go get a bake, Like
exactly. You probably get like 1 or 2 people coming in the store at the time.
Yeah, I mean, so it's probably really easy for you guys to fucking close up too. Then,
yeah, and,
customers are walking in at like 2. It's just like, do not fucking step there. It's wet.
And then it's like it's like certain bagels. People ain't gonna come for.
Yeah, so it's like you have the classic, you have the one with all the fucking seeds on it.
Exactly.
And then you have just like a few cream cheese bagels, kind of almost made, or whatever.
Yeah, so most times people wouldn't come for those type of typical things. Yeah. So it's like, we start closing up shop on certain things and getting rid of certain things that we know they're not going to come get. And George just wouldn't do it. He'd space out. And plus, we were next door to a Starbucks.
Oh fuck.
So that made it even worse because the Starbucks next door, this episode just becomes me telling stories about when I was younger. This Starbucks next door, I kid you not, this was like in the prime of Starbucks, had some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life working there.
Oh.
And this was like, I was probably like my early 20s and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous women, all like college students and things like that working there. Yeah. One of them was a jazz singer.
A jazz singer?
A legit jazz singer.
See, just knowing that is like hot as fuck. You know, it's like a woman. It's like a woman sits down, just like, I sing jazz. You're just like, yep, all right. Yeah. You can just call me a saxophone then.
She was a jazz musician. She was a jazz singer. She would go to these lounges, like in a certain area, like in South Beach and things like that, and sing like jazz and sultry music and stuff like
That's
that.
so cool.
She looked kind of like an Erica Badu type girl.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
I don't know who
Incredibly
Erica
beautiful.
Badu is, but yeah, cool.
Google Erica Badu and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, you know who Jill Scott is?
Nope.
Oh my God, I gotta put you on some of this type of music. Yeah. She had this sultry voice and stuff like that. So she used to like
Oh, there's Erica Badu. Wow. Okay.
yes. Yeah, so she'd invite us to go out to like the jazz club and hang out with her and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And George would dress like an 80-year-old man every time we go there. Like, so, and you know, like how you go to the club.
So like his pants were past his belly button.
Yes, and the suspenders.
And oh fuck.
I'm like, dude.
So he's not even George Costanza. He's like George Costanza's dad cosplaying as George.
Exactly. And it's just, man, I had so much fun when I was younger, man. So much fun. I advise you to do the same thing. Go out there, have fun, live your life. Know that none of this stuff matters.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing is like I kind of have the attitude. So like I talk about self-sabotaging. Sometimes like I would ditch like a date, you know, that might have ended, you know, in like a hookup. I would end that because my friend was like, "You want to come over?" I'm like, "Oh fuck yeah, I love to hang out with my friends." Because in my head I was really analytical. It's just like I don't know how the date's gonna go. I know hanging out with this dude is gonna be awesome, and so I was just like, I always pick the one I know has better odds.
Well, you know, that's cool too, but just sometimes you got to just shoot your shot and see what happens, because once you get that girl, she's gonna put it on you. You ain't gonna want to hang out with your friends ever again.
It's like, hey, Andrew, you want to no to the rest of what? No, I'm gonna hang out with her because she sings jazz music. You ever heard of Erica Bagel? You ever heard of Erica Bagel? She's fucking great.
Yeah. Telling you, man, I envy your youth. Being young is fun, man, especially when you don't have that many responsibilities, when you're rich, not that much money. When I was young, my rent, I lived in a 1-bedroom efficiency. Mm-hmm. My rent was $400 a month.
$400 a month, and that's a lot for now.
Yeah,
I don't even know how that translates to now.
Now I work in real estate. Efficiencies cost like $800 a month in South Florida. I made when I was that age, I made $800 a week.
Yep. Oh wow. $800 a week.
So if my rent's $400 a month, if my rent's $800, I make $800 a week.
Holy shit!
I literally had like money to burn every week.
Yeah. Holy fuck. Wow.
And my lights were like $50 at that time. Lights were $50.
That's when you just throw quarters at your fucking landlord. Like, take it, bitch. I got the light on.
Yeah,
damn. Turn the lights off on me, bitch. I'll pay for your light.
It was so cool, man. I remember those days very fondly because I used to just go out and hang out all the time because no responsibilities, man. Just go out there. I used to go to work. Get off work at like 5:30, get home, go hang out with my friends, probably go shoot pool or something like that, go to a club, leave the club, go back to work at 3:30, directly from the club.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where was the sleep and all that?
Eventually we'll get there. Eventually.
See, this is what's gonna shock you. I have the bodily routine of a 120-year-old man. I go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, almost every night.
Now I do that.
Even on Saturdays, sometimes I'll do that. Like sometimes it's just like a Saturday where I'm just like, I'm ready to just see tomorrow, you know, and I just turn it off. I'm like, fuck. And I wake up at like 4 or 5 every morning and make coffee. 2 years ago, I fucking hated coffee. Now I really love coffee. Like, but for some reason, like, you know, with like my ADHD and shit, my psychiatrist would tell me like caffeine affects me differently. I like caffeine because it calms me down. Because if I don't have caffeine in the morning, I'm off the fucking wire. You know, I am just like, people need caffeine to wake up. I need it to go to bed. like it's so like if I don't have caffeine, like I have Coke Zero right here because one, I'm losing weight. Two,
That's great.
I need to stay focused during this podcast. I've stayed focused during this show more than I do my own, so I feel pretty good.
That's impressive. That's good. So we ain't even talking about your show. That may be a good thing. That may be a good thing.
That probably would be a good. Yeah. So so We Are Assholes. People have nicknamed it the Spreadsheet Show. Each week, either PJ or I or our whatever third co-host, we will make a. His name's Vegeta. I don't know why. I don't know why I was so like I don't know if I want to say his name, but yeah, we'll make a spreadsheet every week about different things. Like, think the first episode we ranked the races, and surprisingly, PJ, he agreed with me, and we had black people at the top, and then Dave was like, I got to make white people at the top. So Dave
was wrong.
Well, if I'm being honest, I wanted Atlanteans to win because that was my favorite race of all of them. Because I was a big Aquaman fan back in the day.
Yeah,
but we rank different things. Offensive, considering who you're talking to. I think last week we spent most of it arguing, but it was supposed to be like we were ranking like rapes. I don't know. It's weird.
It's kind of weird. Like even you saying that, like yeah.
And most of the rapes didn't exist. Like I don't like most of the rapes were something I made up.
Think about what you just said. And how does that sound to a normal person?
It's like he makes up rapes to talk about. It's just like, yeah, you never saw Alvin and the Chipmunks and their little fucking girlfriends be like, damn, what happened if that was a crime scene?
Yeah, see? And people wonder why I said, man, we shouldn't talk about We Are Assholes. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you have a show titled We Are Assholes. What do you expect,
Yeah, I think I appreciate that in a time where everybody's politically correct.
Yeah.
You have political incorrectness still out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and I know this is weird saying in this generation, especially after what I just said about how people are more understanding, how certain things don't fly. But there is a lane, and there are people who push the limits of what's socially acceptable or not. That's still a thing.
Well, it's so weird because like there are some people where it's like what I would call them like actually comedians, where they come up with really thoughtful jokes that push the offensive line, but like it's in football, but they push the line of like offending people.
Yeah.
But also like it's like at the end of the joke, it's like, oh, that joke was actually pretty open-minded, when you think about it. But there are some people, and I have friends like this, and they fucking blow my mind. They just want to say the most offensive things to hurt someone's feelings, and that's enough to be funny for them. And I'm like, whoo, like that's a lot for me. Like I like saying offensive things because they make me laugh, but I've never just I don't know, I've never had the enemy just like, it's like, no, offensive is funny just because like I have a friend, he just loves saying the N-word. He just thinks it's the funniest thing in the world. He tries to convince.
You freeze up just then? Uh-oh, you froze up at the worst time. Hello.
All right, my Wi-Fi dropped out. but I have a friend who loves to say the N-word, right? And he thinks it's the funniest thing in the world. He will laugh like a bully's friend when you say it. Like it's like he'll say it and he goes like it just cracks him up. He's just like, I don't know why, it's just funny, It's just like, and he sounds like the most racist man you've ever heard because he sounds like he's ripped from the ass of Alabama, but he's like the nicest guy I've ever met. He just loves the offensive things that much to where it'll make him laugh. Like I remember this one time, a black guy, we were on the street, like he was making us all uncomfortable because he was making fun, with him. The black guy called him a honky, and he just busted out laughing. He's like, he's like, what the fuck you laughing for? And he's just like, I just think that's a funny word. Like he just wants to push people, and it's like he gets away with it because he is so goofy. Like
they're gonna hit him with a twisted T.
They are.
They're 100% gonna hit it with a can of Twister.
He's straight up gonna get twisted one day, man. I mean,
Yeah.
But I don't get. There are some people that just love offensive words because of the fact you shouldn't say them, which I think has been a part of the funny, but it's never been all of it. But that's just enough for some people nowadays. I guess I don't know. I don't get it.
My whole thing with offensive comedy has always been this: I almost don't mind anything that's offensive as long as it's funny. Like, if you're gonna say something offensive, incredibly offensive that may offend me, it better be some of the funniest shit I've heard in my life, or I'm gonna say something about it.
Well, but what if they try, right, and it fails? They thought it was going to be funny and then it fails. I mean, I guess that's when you apologize.
It depends on the joke. It depends on the joke and how.
But sometimes, but sometimes this goes with how some of my friends are. They'll say the way they'll say a joke, it's like, well, there was no punchline. The punchline was literally you just said this offensive thing. Yes. No wonder people are pissed at you.
Yes, and I think this could be another episode of this. I think people kind of hide behind cancel culture to hide their bullshit.
Yeah,
and what I mean by that is that, oh, I got canceled because I said something serious. Oh, I said something that was a joke. No, you just. I believe this. I feel like people can do and say whatever they want to, but there's consequences to everything you do in life.
Yeah. So
for you to sit there and act like there's not consequences, you're kind of being an asshole.
Yeah.
let's keep it real. Let's say if not saying I'm going to do this. I actually like you a lot, Andrew.
Yeah.
Let's say if I just was to come over there and just smack the shit at you. Yep. Then I would go to jail for smacking you.
Yeah.
Right? Then I go to jail. Well, he disrespected me. He did this. He did that. Just like, why did you go over there and smack him? Because he was disrespecting me. Well, because he disrespected you, went over there and smacked him, you're going to jail. There's consequences to whether I feel like I'm right or not.
Yeah.
Anything that you do in life, there's consequences too, and you have to pay that price. If I'm willing to go to jail for smacking somebody, then that's the price I have to pay. Just like those people, those dumbasses who raided the Capitol building.
Oh, dude, that was so fucking great.
Yeah.
It was the largest cake of irony I've ever been able to indulge in because I'm pretty, I'd say politically, I'm probably left leaning independent, right?
Okay.
Just because I grew up I grew up really, really right wing, right? And then I went to a really liberal high school, and I was like, oh, okay, it's just not that bad,
Also, all the hot girls are liberals.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's hot ones on both sides.
They are, but I'll introduce you some chicks.
But I think it depends. I guess it depends the level, because there's some liberal where it's just like do not even fucking say that, where they speak English through their nose, which is not English is spoken through chest and head voice, right?
Yes.
But people will these I guess Hollywood Hills women or whatever, they'll speak through their nose, and it's just you're just so annoying to listen to, right? And it's just oh, I'll hang out with some of these right-wing girls, and then you go over there, it's well, I just think that's just a sweet. It's fuck you, Jesus. I can't handle. There's so much bullshit on both sides. I just can't pick. I
think, and see, this brings back to what I wanted to talk to you about earlier. I think this is the perfect way to end the episode. That whole riot shit, what do you want, Capitol riot? They call it a riot, but it was a fucking terrorist attack.
Yeah. I mean, it was just it's for our freedom. We own that fucking building. I paid for that goddamn. It's you are attacking a government office. Yes. What did you think was going to happen? I'm surprised. Well, actually, I'm not surprised the police didn't act sooner. But still, but still, it's and it's so funny. And I hate to say that I was waiting for something like this because I don't wish kind of that on anyone.
Of course.
But it just for 4 years I hated seeing. It just got on my nerves. All these, Republicans going oh, the Democrats are just whining because Trump won. Biden is going to be inaugurated soon. The fucking Trump, he's I can't lose my daddy. Daddy Donald, I can't lose him. Like, I
Yeah.
got to do something. It's just like
I
you're
think
the same whiny bitch that you couldn't blame them of being up, you know?
one of the most hilarious things I've seen about this whole Capitol riots thing is the fact that so many people were saying that Trump was going to pardon those people from the riots.
Oh, yeah.
And when those partners came up and they saw fucking Lil Wayne and Kodak fucking Black, it made my day. And I say this because there was an article today that was talking about how the Proud Boys are disowning Trump now. Because they found out he was weak and stuff like that. They'll say, yeah, we don't rock with Trump no more and all these things.
Because he lost the election?
Not only because he lost, because he didn't fight back, and because he didn't pardon any of those motherfuckers.
Well, it's like, how do you pardon someone? It's like even though he's on your side, you attacked the building he lives, like not lives in, because like it wasn't the White House, right?
It wasn't the White House. I don't think it went the same way as the White House. Those people got killed.
Yeah. Oh, holy shit. Yeah.
They got killed.
But it's
They
like
got killed.
But it's like it's still a federal building. It's like I don't give a shit. Like
I would probably say it's the most second important building in this country. It's the White House, then the Capitol building.
It's like, why did you think it was going to be a good idea to storm this building? It's not good. Like
nothing about that was a good idea.
Well, and the thing that kind of pissed me off too is like, you know, and I don't want to really get like too political, right? But I hated like it's like a lot of some of the Black Lives Matter protests, right? It's like they were peacefully protesting. Officers immediately was like, we need to get the rubber bullets and we need to fire them right in their face.
Yes.
It's like the Capitol building. It's like, what are you guys waiting for? It's like,
yes.
You were so quick to shoot these people standing still. Oh, they're fucking moving. It's hard to hit a moving target. We got to get ready.
They attacked the peaceful Black Lives Matter protesters. But when somebody literally attacking a building where Congress is at, note, and this is the thing I always got, not only Congress, the vice president was in this building.
Oh, yeah, I know. And he's even more right-wing than Trump. He's even crazier. You know?
Yeah, the fact that the vice president was in this building that they attacked, they should be going to prison for a long time.
Yeah, not only that, but most of them, I'm not saying this because I wanted it to, but most of them should have ended up like that woman who got shot in the neck, you know, when she was climbing the thing. It's like that's what happens like every Call of Duty ever. You go to an enemy territory, you die. I mean, that's just how shit should work.
That was a wild shot too.
Oh my God.
That video was chilling.
Yeah, and it was so stupid too, like because like the way that like some of the Republicans would defend it, right? Is that they would go, it's like, well, the Black Lives Matter protesters were burning down Wendy's and shit. It's like, yeah, there was some of that, right?
Fucking Wendy's.
But it's it's a fucking Wendy. But I mean, like the people in the Wendy's are affected, you know. Yes. But still, at the end of the day,
it's like, I get what people say. Oh, they're burning down people's properties and things like that. Okay, I understand that.
Yeah,
but there's a fundamental difference between burning down a fucking Wendy's and attacking a federal building.
There's a huge difference, a huge fucking difference, especially too like but the thing is, a lot of and there are bad parts about some of the Black Lives Matter protests.
Yes,
but,
bad part about everything.
Yeah, but like where the ones that really got me right. And really actually kind of helped me understand a lot of the issues too was like the peaceful protest. Like I learned this, the rubber bullets that were being shot at some of these, peaceful protesters, they weren't even being shot correctly. Like with rubber bullets, they're supposed to aim them at the ground and bank them off the concrete.
They were aiming at people's faces.
Yeah, and they were aiming just straight up, just people were like, missing eyes and shit. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's
and the National Guard was so quick to roll down the streets then, but it's people were at the Capitol building. National Guard's playing fucking poker. Where the fuck are they?
Yeah, that's just wild.
That shit it boggles my mind. It's just. And it's so funny too how people think that Biden's gonna come in and just be this superhero. It's like
I think that my honest opinion, I think that Biden is boring
Yeah.
And boring may be a good thing. We're
Boring
not going
might
to see
be
Biden.
good, yeah.
We're not going to see Biden in the news every day talk about crazy, wild shit. Biden's going to
Yeah.
do some boring shit. And I think that's good for America right now. We don't need a president who's going to be in the spotlight every fucking day.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I had a hard time understanding what Trump was trying to do. I mean, to be honest, I never even thought he was a Republican. I think
He's not.
He's playing at his own game. I mean, he's been a Democrat for all these years, and he said before that Republicans are easy to manipulate. So
Yeah, he's not a Republican. People gravitated towards him because they thought he had Republican values. But everything, if you pay attention to what he's doing, everything he shows you that he doesn't have Republican values. He has his own values.
He has an economist's value, right?
Yes.
Right. And the thing was, my thing was funny too. Like people were like, Trump wants America to fail. It's like bullshit. He wants it to fail. He makes money off of this country.
Yes,
like,
he wants.
My thing was just like, it's like as shitty as a lot of the things Trump did. It's like he's not gonna try intentionally to fuck things up because he's rich because of this country and he wants to stay rich. You know. So
yeah, he wants to keep the corporate elitists.
Yes, he
rich.
wants to keep, the corporate elites at the top,
And he's also doing like this goes back to the Lil Wayne Kodak Black thing.
Yeah.
He pardoned them because they did him a favor.
Yeah.
When Lil Wayne went out there and said, "Hey, go vote for Trump."
Yeah.
That's the favor.
That's the favor. Because you know how many people love Lil Wayne? I fucking love Lil Wayne.
Yes.
I don't even really listen to Lil Wayne's music, but he's fucking entertaining. So it's like everybody knows Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, really. It's just that he knows who to manipulate to get.
He absolutely does, especially because this country, I think this country's been like bought and sold for. Like
yes,
it's like I really don't know how much voting really does this, but I know this sounds tinfoil hatty and everything, but it's just like this is going to sound really left too, but like late stage capitalism, with like the monopolies controlling everything. But you see all these lobbyists and shit. It's like they get their way all the time.
Yeah, it's very true.
Mm-hmm.
That's a subject for another day. We gotta definitely have that conversation. That's a whole other podcast.
Absolutely. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, definitely.
Holy shit.
This has been fun, man. Let them know where to find you at.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. You can find, just searching We Are Assholes into, any of your podcast finder apps that you like to listen to, Apple, Spotify, whatever. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Eating Salad. The name will pop up as Laugh Track, a little picture of a hyena because I'm pretty fucking cool. Also, go follow my TikTok. I made it recently. I made a TikTok. It's at King Fat Nasty, but in between the words, there's underscores. So it's pretty cool. I do weird shit on there and I sing sometimes.
Cool. And as always, Delvin Cox Experience, we are out. Peace. That was a great episode, Andrew.